Hey guys, today I want to talk about being prepared for typhoons. And to be prepared for typhoons, you should have a lot of food on hand. You should have some electrical type of battery pack or something that you could plug into, or better yet, a generator or solar generator or what have you. Something that's going to give you electricity to keep your refrigerator going. If possible, maybe run your AC if you want to keep your AC going. TV, radio, refrigerators, things like that, and any electrical devices that you want to recharge or what have you. And also you want to keep your Wi-Fi up if it's still connected. There's a good chance even your Wi-Fi will go down, but sometimes your Wi-Fi does not go down. But guess what? Your power will. And a lot of times I find that when my power goes down, I have a UPS. It's an uninterruptible power supply, okay? And what it does is it automatically turns on when the power goes down, and it keeps my Wi-Fi running for about a good 2 or 3 hours afterwards, probably. So I can shut it off, okay, and then save it for when I want to use it. Also, I have a UPS also for my computer, which I have that on my computer. So that way there I can use my computer for emergencies, or I can use the Wi-Fi, what have you, to call people, because I have Wi-Fi calling on my phone. So in other words, if I go to use my phone here and the cell tower is down or something like that, guess what? I can still use Wi-Fi calling and still get a phone call out, and it'll good chance it'll probably go through. But it's things like that. There's a lot of preparation. You should also have some money on hand, and consider that there's probably going to be some price gouging going on. And if you have enough money available, I would consider putting probably like about $500 aside for a rental, because if your place gets destroyed or something like that, you're going to want to have to move someplace, and you're probably going to want to rent a car or whatever, and you're going to need some money aside. Make sure you have, ATM cards, MasterCards, things like that. I guess we got a helicopter blowing by here right now. But anyway, you want to make sure that you're prepared in every single way. The other thing here also is, if your house isn't destroyed, consider that there's probably going to be, supply interruptions with food, things like that. So you want to have extra rice, extra water. And what I tell people is cycle through your water. Buy 5 boxes of bottled water and cycle through it. Number it, and first in, first out. Then the next one, and keep on going like that. And always keep 5 in the house. So when you use one up, buy another one that week next time you go out food shopping or what have you. And then when you use another one up, buy another one, and hide them underneath your sink or what have you. Have 5 boxes of water underneath there, and just make sure you use them that way. So that way there, your water is always fresh. You're all set as far as that goes. You might want to have like some jugs of water outside that you might change like every 3 to 6 months to use for bathing water, and also to have for showers or what have you. Just a good idea to have. Have some wipes, things like that. Things to flush your toilet. You're gonna need water to flush your toilet, and the water might not be working where you're at. And that's the sad part, is that's what happens during these interruptions sometimes, especially when there's a typhoon, is everything gets wrecked. So water supply, power, Wi-Fi, even phone service is basically out. It's done. And south of us right now, they're still having a lot of those problems down there right now, and it's terrible because some of these people down there are suffering from lack of food. They're not getting supplies in there. They're not getting enough water in there in some of these places, and the government's trying to get things in there now, and people are starting to rush things in there, and a lot of churches and other groups are trying to get as much food and help in there as they possibly can, clothing, whatever they can get in there to help these people. Also, another big need is if your roof takes off in the typhoon, there's a good chance you could probably still live in that house, but you need a tarp to go over the top to make sure that it's waterproof, and you might have to build something or fix something. So it's a good idea to maybe have like a big tarp, because some of the people that were living down there said that there's a big need for tarps, okay, because some of the homes had their roofs partially ripped off or whatever, but they're still livable, but they need a tarp to go in there and cover up all the roof that's missing and everything. So you have to consider all these things, and there's a lot more that I'm probably missing on here, but you guys get the general idea that when you're in the midst of one of these things, you'll understand why you need all this stuff. And also, guys, make sure you cover up and protect your computers. If you're in the midst, just before a typhoon hits, everything that you want to save should be covered and bagged so that it doesn't get damaged if the roof tears off and get wet. Like if you have an expensive computer or an expensive laptop or your phones or whatever, you should use those dry bags if possible. If you have one of those that they use on canoe trips or kayak trips, you can buy them at any like sporting goods store. You can buy them online, and you can put all your stuff in there, and all your important papers should be protected in your house. People forget about this stuff. Go in your safe, put it all out, put it in your dry bag, so that way there, if you have to leave in a rush or something like that, you can just grab that dry bag, and you know you have all your important papers and all your important stuff and all your cash, all your ATM cards, all that stuff is in that dry bag, and it's safe and it's dry. And your phones too are probably in there. It should be in there. These are the things that you have to do, and I'm sure I'm missing other things, and you guys can more than welcome to put those in the comment sections down below. But I mean, those are the biggest items, and have some extra rice on hand. If you don't like rice, get some other food, whatever it may be, canned goods, any of that stuff. And you're gonna want to have, also when the power goes down, the first food you should be eating is the food out of your freezer, and you should be using that as quickly as possible, because eventually that's going to go bad too. Use the food in your refrigerator and your freezer. Use it up. Get rid of all that stuff, because better off to use it now than throw it away. And you know what? You're going to need that food, because a lot of the supermarkets are going to take a while to get restocked and everything. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. And I hope that helped today, guys. And I know with everything going on there down south of here because of Odette, now's a good time to be thinking about that stuff. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care.